It has finished Altrincham 1, Bromley 2 this evening, and we're talking to Altrincham Manager Phil Parkinson. Phil, it feels very much like a lot of the games early in the season. We've played very, very well tonight, but we've paid for 2 goals in a few minutes, and that must be the 6th, 7th, 8th time that has happened.
Yep, you're right. I think you could have played one of my interviews from the start of the season where, as you said, we've conceded one, then another in short succession when it was against the run of play, really. I thought the opening 10 minutes we were superb, and if Jordan finishes that chance, I know the keeper saved it, I think that was about a 20-pass move. How many times have we done that this season and not took a chance? So being clinical and cutthroat in both boxes, it's like going back in time. The big positive I will take is the front line looked something like again tonight, and the lads who come on really made impacts. So from a football point of view, I was really happy with the performance. I wasn't happy, believe it or not, when we won 3-1 on Saturday, but I felt like that looked like an Alty team, something like, and if we can keep them performance levels up. Listen, I said a few weeks ago, it's going to be tough for us during February. It doesn't get any easier. Woking Barnet, who are going really, really well this season, but if we can get anywhere near them levels, reduce the mistakes, be a bit more cutthroat in front of goal, then I think we'll be fine.
We didn't seem very happy with the decision when Tyrese Sinclair was penalised for the free kick that led to the first goal.
No, it looked like handball just before that, but the ref saying because it's hit the top of his sleeve that the rule states that that's no longer handball. But it's just frustrating, isn't it? Because that sort of led to a sequence of events where they've gone and scored. But it is what it is. I'm not going to harp on about that. We should have defended that much better. I mean, it's really, really poor that to allow a player a free header when it's a moment in time. The lads defend those so well 9 times out of 10, but that's the bit that's hurting us. And when we play in these top 10 teams, they get a chance and they score, or a half chance. We've been knocking on the door all half there. How many corners have we had in the second half? I don't think we've ever had that amount of corners, but if we would have been under that amount of pressure, it would have been interesting to see if we could have sustained it against them. But the fact that we can apply that pressure to a Bromley, and that's the second time this season, I think we're really unlucky at their place. I felt we should have won that game, and then here, bare minimum we should have got is a draw. 1-1 is the bare minimum we deserved, but unfortunately you don't get what you deserve in this game. You have to take it, and our lads have got to learn how to take it again. So they will. They're getting better each week. They're training really well, and you can see there in the performance. I've always said since I've been here, I invest heavily in the performances, and when I can see them green shoots, I feel quite content that we will get there. But I'm certainly not happy with the result by any way, shape or form, but we've got to be a bit real about what we're going through at the moment. I know nobody wants to hear it, but it's a fact. We're going through change, but you can't really tell. I don't think we look disjointed at all there. It's just 2 moments have cost us the game.
And there were some real positives in the game. I thought that was possibly Elliot Osborne's best performance in an Altrincham shirt. Yeah,
it's funny you should say that. I've just literally said that in the changing room. I totally agree with you. I thought he was very, very good tonight. They're the levels I expect to see from Elliot, and if he can keep doing that, then he'll keep his place in the team.
And Regan and Linney, he wasn't involved too much, but you can see there's something there.
Yeah, I thought he made a difference when he came on, didn't he? As I said, the subs made an impact. Ben found him with an unbelievable ball, similar to Jordan actually going through. He's really unlucky. I fancied him to finish that, to be fair, and he had one right at the end. I don't know if he should have pulled it back, but he's took it on himself, and another day that flies in at the death and we draw 2-2, but we're just not quite there yet. And as I said, I can see them little green shoots, and as long as we can keep the performance levels high and keep them positive as well, because it will be tough as well. I understand fans, they want to see wins, but I think they can see what we're trying to do, and it's not going to be anything different that I haven't said in the past. People just stick with us, then we'll get right and we'll get over the line in games.
When you give a side like Bromley a 2-goal start midway through the first half, it's a real uphill battle, but the heads never dropped. We carried on playing the football, and I don't think there are too many people leaving this ground this evening that didn't think we were worth at least a point.
No, absolutely, and I think Alty fans know what we are at this level and where we were and what's happened to us over January as well. I don't know many teams who'd be able to put on a performance like that. We're losing so many key players, like big personalities, experience as well. We've lost loads of experience, so we're very young again and very inexperienced, but you can't tell that. We're going toe to toe with some of the big boys in the division. It's not like we're getting beat 4-5-1. We're in every game, it's tight. And as you said, we felt a little bit unjust there that we've not come away with the minimum of a draw.
And Saturday, Woking are in town. They're going ever so well. Fantastic 2-2 draw at Wrexham this evening. And yet in the game at Kingfield earlier in the season, we should have come away with all 3 points that day.
We should have, absolutely, but again, remember what we had out on that pitch that day. We're going to be a slightly different animal. They're a very powerful physical team, and if we can't match that, it'll be very difficult for us. If we can, and we can sustain the pressure they put on us, our football will tell, and we'll give them a real good game.
And we need to break this run now. We went 10 games unbeaten, fantastic run. We've now gone 4 with 4 defeats on the bounce. And Saturday's a big game, but we've got some tough games coming up.
Yeah, we have. As I said to you, I knew this would happen going deep into February. So you always know what the worst case scenario could look like, where you're not picking up results, and it's really important we don't panic, and that's what we do well at this football club. We don't panic. We can see when things are going to turn, and if we're doing the right things. If I was looking at the performance there, or individuals thinking we're well off the pace, then we'd have to make changes, and we'd have to do things, or we'd work extremely hard in training. We work hard in training. The lads buy into everything we do. When the club's pulling in the right direction, we will turn the corner. You've seen it this season, you've seen it year after year here. It's tough in this division, especially when you get a sequence of games like we have. If we didn't have all them losses in January, would we be standing here saying different things? Potentially, yes, but we're not there, so we've got to move forward. We can't look back. We've got to look at what we've got and how we can get them up to speed as quickly as possible so we can get results in this division.
That's the thoughts of Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson after Tuesday night's 2-1 reverse against Bromley. It's Woking on Saturday, kick-off 3 p.m. Get yourself down to the J. Davidson Stadium.